He liked the name Chili Fujaba best, name for him found down next to where the vermin cleaned out vacant lots, let the sun shine in. Got no name for the place, just a place where he could find a name. Some ancient, some historic, they say. They responsible. Sometimes you can find one. A name. To get there, Chele walks up Old 4th Street. Old coarse stone asphalt over most of the old pavement blocks. Some places worn smooth and even. At West Street the abyss begin. Matter of exterminating vermin are the reason they tore the place down. You know who they are. Left a maze of shanties. Most you could stand up. In some you could dance. In some you could only lay down. Chele live in Hedgeville, border to Browntown. Charmin Chambers Street, the walk-up fire escape to his pad. He got the far deep corner in a little room above the screen downstairs. Theater got its own separate entrance, dull lit but fancy neath an old dark marquee. He got some old magazines left over from the 1930s under the bed. He got a toilet just outside. Kept clean, only two there, he and the projectionist. In the morning, Chele clomped down the back in his laced-up boots, black got the last. He's startin' to grow out of his pants, the only ones he's got. The year, 1963, and Chele, now 20, and stopped growin'. His job to sweep out the theater in the mornings, the Capri Art Theater. Free coffee to the gents. That's all they get from thems that own the Capri Art Theater. After he sweeps out candy wrappers, spent tubes of unctions, undies and lace garters, syringes, cotton symbols of the South old times there, they ain't forgotten. Look away. Look away Chele often must when he gets a sticky blob beneath a cloddy black boot. Second part of the job is get the mop. By 11 he's done. Many days if it was rainin', Chele stay in his pad, a bed, a table, a chair, and an old typewriter heavy like hell and built by that good patriot Underwood. He writing. Free to do it, don't matter if it got no place to be read. But when the sun shine, he got to that place got no name. His name is good enough to go there. That's where he got his name in the first place. He start by Adams Street, he just walk up. Named after this guy Don Adams? Walk up to the top of the hill. Could almost walk in the middle of the street under wide sky. Depend on who you don't want to meet. Then you get to the abyss. Ain't like the east side. No one moved back there after the vermin exterminated. Just left brick shells in almost a roofless maze of depopulated, sanitized, enclosed walls. All sectors connected by either 4th Street or Front Street run along railroad yard train station. Chele walked to the top of the hill, Washington Street intersection, named for old capital of once the United States. But since 1944, Chele live in the Grand United Corporations of America. In the slim between is ye old downtown between East Side and the Abyss. Old Market Street where vacant lots made from buildings torn out in order to exterminate vermin. In between, on sides of building left standing, you find the billboards display the herald of a new day. Display black swastika emblazoned over the imperial rising sun, red with its rays neatly controlled and emanating toward the imposed border of each large billboard. Remind all that a New Testament is here today. Together we meet in the new United Corporations of America. But Chele rarely go far as downtown Market Street. Nothing to buy there except the barest necessities. Besides, Chele don't have that much money. only jingling change he get from sweeping out the theater in the mornings. He saved his new pennies with Jefferson Davis embossed on them, his Nietzsche nickels and Wagner dimes to buy paper his only splurge. Typewriter ribbon he get cheap from black market stolen property from the abyss. Old magazines under his bed, his only reading material unless he want to read Céline, Nietzsche, Goebbels, Mussolini, Hitler, Mein Kampf. Maybe some Tijuana comics. Today it's raining, so he go back, revisit them, the only things his father left him, killed and dishonored in the war down in New Guinea. Among them, one called Official Guidebook of the New York World's Fair 1939, his favorite. In it he pore over pictures of superhighways, multi-level street intersections, and cities of tall, sleek buildings, other kinds of modern buildings, the kind now being built in Berlin and Tokyo. But none of it here in little old backwater Wilmington. Besides, he got his magazine, his World's Fair Guidebook, and one little novel he read 3 or 4 times entitled The Illustrious Corpse by Tiffany Thayer, a popular library paperback book detective novel from 1930, complete and unabridged. Got cars in it, got cityscapes in it from New York City. All Chaley got left besides his magazine under his bed and his typewriter is his imagination and those who live in the abyss who he visit only on nice sunny days. Who's they? They are the ones who already had, before the dawn of the new day in the United Corporations of America, that is, the good new UCA, Gesellschaft Rockefeller, Neue General Electric, DuPont, Farben, Siemens, Morgan, Carnegie, Suzuki, Reynolds, Colgate, Palmolive, Daimler, Chrysler, Mitsubishi, names of patriots, committees of 100, councils, run things for us, those you can see, that is, got their politicians strawmen. Chaley hear their names behind the news, the way they talk, in the barber shops, over subs and pizzas. Chaley walk past them and up and down Maryland Avenue, with lights bright behind small, broad, plate glass windows, with shops specializing in trinkets, with small documents to get around. Chaley had none. Could go downtown, but what for? Up and down Maryland Avenue, but Chaley have no money for that. Could go to 5 Points. Timmy there for that. Or go to the abyss on bright, sunshiny day. No UCA for Chaley. None of that stuff touch him. Browntown, Hedgeville, where Chaley lived, buzzing on its own. Anything he could get his hands on is right there, but none of it he need except maybe get a sub and a fizz 1.5 a week. Wednesdays mostly, rain or shine. Once a month, Chaley get haircut, gotta go beyond 5 Points to Elmhurst at party-sponsored barbershop at McFritz's, a party syndicate supporter who believes all men looked better cropped, like Erich von Stroheim. Never mind he got great comics, books, contraband old McFritz permitted to have. Got a monkey in a cage, and a parrot in another says hello to all the customers, usually on a warm, sunshiny day. Then he walk up to 5 Points corner of Mathis and Timmy to be standing by the glass door of the drugstore sipping a Coke Fizz. You could count on it. Right there on the street. She like it so much and like to be seen. Chaley fall right into it. Found Tommy feeling her up right there in the 18th year of the dawn of the new UCA. Right there in the afternoon after Nazi haircut, people coming in and out of the drugstore and Chaley feeling up, Timmy whispering in her crisp little ear how he'd lick it up any time she ready. All she do is giggle. Timmy the one got the television set. In the afternoon on Howard Street, a dive 1 room from front to back. There sit Timmy. In the near dark, lit only by television light, sit Timmy. Watching Betty Goodwin talk in a little gray image of her moving in a box and Timmy squirming feeling her up. Talk about Westinghouse and General Electric, division of Neue General Electric, all great patriots. Old cartoons, Looney Tunes and Popeye, Pinky Lee and Molly B. So 5 points is quite a bonanza. Comics at McFritz's, television at Timmy's feeling her up for free. Nothing else to do. Shall just sink in, drink some fizz, watch old Valentino Mussolini flicks. In his hand Timmy is. There she swim in his hand. To Mussolini Valentino. Then Bob Crosby and his Bobcats. Carolina Moon. She show under. For Chele Fujaba. In his hand she calls him. Melting. In his hand. Her face go far away. Her eyes see in a dream, where his hand sends. By his eyes he is filled, his breath is held in his head, of her perfumed juicy fruit. A thrill warms his arms with sweet aching, his shoulders yield to her touch, where she is in his hand. Guido, she squeal, for that's who she tell him he is. Heading back from Timmy's at supper time, walked down Race Street, then up over hill, clopping black boots and a smile, and Timmy smelling all in his hand. Nothing for him back home. Long afternoon shadows in front. Only pictures of tasties in the window below Van Buren Street. Dark when he get there, but a lamp by his typewriter and the rhythm of the dance coming up from the movie screen below he write.